if we walk in that mother's shoes, how would, your responses might have been...
Hopefully no one ever does.
God help and God fucking forgive, basically. And please don't mention Angie, because as far as I'm concerned, regardless of whether you think Angie has done things right or wrong in the past, Angie, I believe, handled that in the right way, in the proper way. So that's all I'm going to say. I'm not even looking at comments. I don't care what anyone else's opinion is of it. That's mine. I'm not going to speak again about it.
I know what's going through. I lost my wee girl when she was 2.5. It's so hard. It really is.
See, the only thing that, for me, question about it is the bullying, the bullying side of it. Was she getting bullied for...
Again, I suppose we don't need to. Again, I'll always stand
That's
by
really
what
none
I
of our
think.
business, is it?
It's
Pardon?
not.
I don't think that's any. Sorry.
I get that. I really do get that. And if that was part of the
I think if that is the case, then 1 second, Laura. I think the case is that what I'm taking from it then is that no one had an issue with it because the fundraisers for bullying. So I'm guessing that no one had an issue with the transition. That's why it's been left out. That's the only relevant thing. The child may have been bullied for something completely different. Again,
And also, Dan, I reckon. Oh, hi, by the way. I reckon that her not bringing that to the app. Sorry, not her. Courtney not bringing that to the app was completely in her right. She was and the fact that I'm so disappointed in Hayley and Alex and how they dealt with it. They came on and sparked up alive, and that was, I just think nobody has any right into knowing about that child, what that child went through. We don't know anything. We don't know. God, I don't know if there was a letter left behind. Maybe it was something. We don't know. We don't know.
I think
and I think it's none of our business, to be honest with you.
On Drama Talk as well. Though this is a thing, no sooner would the trolls on here, they're absolutely wild, and I mean wild. Now, when you do come on here, people will go in and they'll dive into absolutely everything. Now, she's on TikTok, but she's not on this side, so granted, she probably didn't know that. But when things are left out, people will dive on that straight away. They'll go in. No sooner had she got 500 views in that room the other day, I guarantee you more than 10% of the people watching there was already searching into her. And then because she has left things out, unfortunately, that's what's casting shadows of aspersions on it. But
do you not think because they're big creators, the likes of the people. Yesterday when she jumped in Pearl's box, I know you love Pearl, and I just couldn't. I couldn't get over it. It was like attack. It was like a pack of wolves over asking her information about why didn't you tell us your daughter was trans? None of your bloody business. I couldn't believe MT. I could not believe pressurizing her like that. I think it was wrong.
On the other side, again, when you've come on to tell a story and then people are going on and saying this and this, then again, it's not our business to know, but then people are coming on and you know what the internet's like. It's a hard, fucking cruel place. So straight away, you've not told us about this. And then what happens is then it's a snowball effect, and you get people saying, well, this and this and this. And because they've kept one thing out, people will start to make things up. And again, believe me when I say this, people come on here just for the drama. They'll make stuff up and just watch people go. So again, for me, I couldn't give a shit what the child wanted to be. Boy, girl, fucking anything in between. But the part of it is she has come on to tell a child's story and she's left a part out of it. And that's then what they've drawn on. They've then decided to jump on that, and then other little bits have come out. So it's just the way of drama talk, unfortunately.
That was told to Hayley that was told to Hayley in privacy, and then she went and exposed, like I said, use the word exposed, and then that's how it snowballed. But I'm just disappointed in the big creators that were in Pearl's box
I need to
know what the app is like, and especially this side of it, and to turn on her so quickly. She was calm as hell, even though she was being constantly interrupted. She didn't get to finish a full sentence, and then at the end of it, her partner lost his SHIT, and I don't blame him. I would have been the exact same. People cannot get out and be mad at her for reacting how she did. To be honest, I would have reacted a lot worse. In my opinion, she's not trying to scam anybody. I think she was listening to the wrong people when it came to the GoFundMe. I think it's lovely she wants to set up a podcast. There's not enough about podcasts about grief and how to deal with it, and especially when it comes to losing a child. I can see where she was coming from with that, but I think she listened to the wrong creators, and they told her to up the GF.
Susie, may I just interrupt? From seeing it yesterday, Alex said that he knew stuff, and so did Hayley, and they both said that they weren't bringing it to the app, and I do believe that's out of respect for Courtney and the child. So they had said that they know stuff, but they're not bringing it to the app, and I do think it is out of respect, and that's why they've stepped away.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm going to come in here. I lost my son last year, and all this BS that she should have told everybody. That woman's not even thinking straight, let alone being able to tell everybody the story, because I know how that woman's feeling. A place of hell. When you lose a child, you're in hell. There's nothing you could do to help yourself.
On the flip side of that, Jane, if she's not thinking proper, maybe now's not the time for her to start trying to help other people.
That's what's keeping her alive. That's what's keeping her alive. I'm waiting for my petition in to change mental health services. That woman is trying to do something, and her child. I mean, anybody in this app, how would you feel if you walked in a room and you found your child and your child was gone? Because I don't think anybody would be okay with that. I think what's happened here is, I think she's went in for a petition, not having the backup that she really needed to have. She's jumped on this app, everybody's overwhelmed her, everybody's ran to her and said, yeah, we'll support you. Do you know what I mean? She's put a GoFundMe page up. And to me, it's not about the GoFundMe. That shouldn't even come into, unless she was scamming, which I don't believe for 1 minute she is. I think just the way her mind's thinking, she's taking advice off the wrong people. But I am going to clear up, because my petition's in. If the name on the death certificate is what law you want to change under your child's name, then that's exactly what you have to use for that child's legacy. You can't go in there with a name that the child wanted to use. For the simple reason is, if somebody suffers a serious trauma in their life and they struggle with it, right, then they can want to change their identity. That's why when you turn 15 to 18, you get counselling to see if your identity is actually what you want to be.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I think, I'm being honest here when I say this, Dan, and I know because I'm in that woman's position, any push to that woman right now could be our final push, because your mental health goes in places that nobody can imagine unless they've
I'd
lost
say
it.
with her, I believe everyone's been refunded, or she's started the process. I know some people have.
Yeah, she has.
My advice to her will be to just deactivate, if only for a while, because again, it'll be someone when I say this, I genuinely mean it. People will mix the comments just for not content for them, but to watch the content of it. Believe me when I say that, they will do anything. So if she just goes radio silent for a bit, if she's given the money back, she doesn't need to be on here. Let it all blow over, and in a couple of days it'll be someone else's turn.
Or even just push
I'm
the
not
petition.
saying she has to. This is my advice to her, because listen, when you're on here and people are going for you, Jane, obviously with what you do, this side of TikTok is cruel and it's relentless, and it'll fucking eat you alive. And I genuinely mean that. And I'm not saying she should come off the app. She should run off the app. She should be ashamed. What I'm saying is if she's done the refund, my advice to her would be to come off here and let it blow over, because it's going to be.
But Dan, on the flip side, if she feels that she needs to be on here for her community to support her in her grief, then just push the petition, because that's the most important thing, because, that goes to the government. So if she feels like she needs to be on here, then she can just push the petition. Everyone should just be, regardless, pushing the petition.
If
One
that was me, I would only be thinking of my son. I tell you that now. I would only be considering my son, his legacy, and I'd be pushing it. I would stand firm. I would push it out there and say, you know what, I made a mistake with that GoFundMe. I'm sorry for that. It's an error. I'm moving forward. But that petition is seriously important for everybody's children. Every mother and father in this app's children. She's fighting for change. She can't save her own child. That's already, hurt her. So she's trying to do something nice for her daughter and everybody else's children. And people need to remember that this is a petition to change the law for bullying for children that's unaliving themselves.
That's one thing I said yesterday as well, because I messaged mine just in my Discord, just in case anyone went looking. I told them not to bother, and I said, under no circumstances do you put a picture of that child in there. I don't agree with that whatsoever. I think that's
awful.
Yes,
But I just say as well, Dan, I don't understand why everybody is like saying, oh, she must have been bullied for this, or she must have been bullied for this. She was bullied, and that's the bottom line of it. Like, it doesn't matter what you're bullied for. She was bullied, and that's the focus on the petition. So I don't know why that's being dissected.
Hi Dan, can I just quickly say, babe, I think everyone's grief's different, right? I get people have been through similar situations, etc., but everyone handles whatever situation they're going through differently. And I think to categorize people in your pot is sometimes not helpful, because people handle it differently and act differently. And I think the problem on this app is we've seen this over and over again, and especially in Drama Talk. And I think what happens is people do this, then it comes out as a scam, and then the creators are held accountable for it. So I think when there is an element that people aren't quite settled with, I think that they have a right to stand up and say, I'm stepping back from this. They never said it was a scam, essentially. They're stepping back and saying, I'm not going to be held accountable for this if something goes wrong because it doesn't quite fit. And I think everyone has a right to be able to do that.
When they're saying that people should have gone to her, then again, you would, if you've publicly gone and helped someone, and Hayley was promoting it quite heavily, we'll say. There was something heavy in that house. But she was promoting it quite heavy. So I do think then you do need to come on and you need to say, I am stepping back. And I understand people saying go to her directly, but then you've got a whole load of people in between you as well that want to know what's going on.
Yeah, and I don't think anyone's to blame. I think you kind of need to forget about the GoFundMe now, and I think people just need to concentrate on getting the signatures, because actually that'll help all of our children in the long run. That is something that, me here as a mother can stand here and say I could find that tomorrow. And it's about coming together and making it right for our children in the future. And I think that's what people need to focus on now. It's not about who said what, who's to blame. It just needs to be about that signature now.
That's it. Like I said on Courtney's when I was in a box, regardless of anything, unfortunately, her child's never coming back. What the law is for is to try and stop anyone else being in that position. So and she's not doing this for her child, because her child isn't here anymore to protect. She's doing it for everybody else's children. And yes, I agree, she should have come out and told the full story. Some people might not agree with that, but I think if you're coming in and asking for money, I know she was only asking for signatures at the start, but if you are asking for money, I think people on this app feel like they've got a right to know everything, and that's the problem.
I think it's a lot of Chinese whispers though, isn't it? So people run with the narrative and then it gets twisted and turned, and you understand probably why she didn't want to share her full story, and that's to kind of protect her child's memory as well. So it's a really hard situation to be in, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, and especially if she didn't feel like she quite decided what she wanted to do with her life. And I think Angie said last night, and I think Angie was right in the sense of, actually, she's this age now. When she's 18, would she have felt the same when it actually came to making that transition? And I think no one will ever know that, and their answers that nobody will ever have. So I think, respectfully, people just move forward and say this is about bullying and it's about protecting children.
Definitely. She's got the right to protect what happened to her child. She has the right for that
you,
because
Claire.
she's the
Thank
one
you,
that's
Claire.
suffering it, the pain.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
But
mean?
thanks, Dan. I'm going to jump down.
All right, lovely. See you later.
Bye, love.
I think there's going to be so many different opinions on
I honestly do
on
believe
this now.
if she can sort the GoFundMe out, then the rest people will just leave. She does, in my opinion, need to come forward and say who told her to do that, because this is where all the problem lies. But she's either lying about it, and that's why people are thinking she's gotten greedy, or she's protecting someone. I do think what's in her best interest is to come up and show who's told her to do that. Because again, that is for me.
She is in some sense being dragged to protect that person that give her that advice. So I do agree with you on that, Dan.
That's because she believes, Dan, that, you know, she lost her child to bullying, so why would she fling somebody under the bus so they could get
It
bullied?
wouldn't be this. I'm just saying this is a resolution for it, because like everyone is going to think you've come over to do get signatures. Everyone were doing a countdown on signatures, weren't they? Try and get it to 10,000. I've just dropped him. I don't want him in my box. So, and then all of a sudden you've got, right, £3,000. So this is how it looks to people, right? So you've got a woman on there that wants 10,000 signatures, right? And I will just say that, I've just seen the comment there as well. Now, I will always advocate for that because I think the law is brilliant. I think that does need to be pushed. But people have gone, sorry. Oh, God. I've not warmed up. So, got them back. People have seen this woman who wants 10,000 signatures. Then it was 100,000. Now, I know how it works, so with the milestones with signatures. So I get that. Then all of a sudden, this £3,000's been mentioned and it's been pushed. And I do know some creators have pushed it. Now, that 3,000 has then gone to 10,000. So all of a sudden, this woman, this is just how it looks to people, especially if they're coming in halfway through. This woman has wanted 10,000 signatures and now she wants £10,000. That's how it looks to people. Yeah, I'm aware that she has refunded the GoFundMe. She did that last night. But before that happened, that is literally, especially if you're coming in halfway through, you've seen her asking for it and then, well. So, no, she said in her own words that a creator has asked her, well, told her, I'd go for 10 grand. So...
It was the GoFundMe at 3 then, wasn't it? The start?
Yeah, so it set off at 3, so that's more than tripled. So that straight away. And I know I've just seen in there that GoFundMe changed the target if it's met or whatnot. I just think this whole situation could have been dealt better, and I bet if she wanted to do it again, she wouldn't come to Finger. She would not come to Drama Talk for it, because again, no sooner has that got out of her mouth, people will be going looking for a fucking auntie's arsehole. It's what they do on here. But
maybe though, to be fair, she went to the Drama Talk side because she knew that it had a big audience and she'd be able to push the petition out to be able to get like thousands of people to sign it, you know?
But there's nothing wrong. Like, I've seen people on here and then they build rooms, like Jane's, for instance. So she could have built her own community on TikTok, because TikTok is bigger than podcasts, really. You'll reach more people.
Oh, 100%.
So I
100%.
think with her, in my opinion, I do think that she's probably got carried away and she's wanted to start like right at the top, like your fucking Joe Rogans and everything like that. She's wanted this great big setup and to go straight in, but there was nothing stopping her coming up, doing a little vlog or chatting, jumping into boxes, spreading awareness or anything like that. Like, so I don't understand why she's not done that, because her TikTok, like, she's put gaming stuff on, and I can't say I've really been through it, because I've not. But I just find it very strange that she's not tried to at least exhaust this avenue before she starts on podcasts. That's
I started
what
at the
I don't
bottom, though,
get.
Dan. I started at the bottom because I knew my plan. I knew when I buried my son, what I was going to do in mental health services because I work in that area. So I had a focus. So I knew he built this page for me. I'm going to build that page for him. I'm going to get a petition. I'm going to change mental health services for my son.
Just let me respond to this comment, Jane. So, as for wanting the podcast to be away from Drama Talk, she wouldn't have been on Drama Talk. She'd have come in, done what she needed to do, and then gone. Like, people wouldn't have trolled her in a fucking room. Right, go on. Sorry. Go on, Jane.
So I knew my direction, and when I gift, I don't gift to get back. I gift to say thank you. Like, thank you, Dan. You've mentioned my page. Do you know what I mean? Thank you, Pearl. You've mentioned my page. So I don't gift to get any response back. It's only because my page has been mentioned over a few weeks in your lives and stuff like that. So I'm saying thank you. That's my attitude anyway. But and I think the lady has not. I mean, I'm backed by criminologists and that for my petition. I've thought it through. I've got professionals behind me. But she came in running off the ground without the correct advice, I think. And it's right a bit pear-shaped, but I think before I drop, everybody needs to remember we're all mothers. We all want our children to be safe. Do you know what I mean? Well, my life, my grandchildren now. But the petition is so important. It's physically not about the money. And I know we are all going with, but the fact she's give the money back, I think everybody needs to see this is a mistake. The petition's important. Let's get it signed because you need that 100,000 signatures to debate it in Parliament.
Yeah.
And that's the main thing.
That's the main thing, Laura.
Something, guys. Right, see if there was no TikTok. Now, I've seen loads of people setting up these GoFundMes. What would people do if TikTok wasn't here or Facebook wasn't here? They would have to try and get. I mean, I've seen one setting up for family members for funerals and that. Like, if TikTok wasn't here, they wouldn't be able to ask for it. I mean, that's something I would never. I mean, I lost my little girl when she was 2. She'll be 31 now, and I never went to any platform to ask for a penny. And the doctors told me to take it to court. You know what I mean? And you get a claim out of it. And I says, hold on a minute, money's not going to bring my daughter back, and either it isn't.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that, Paula. But people like us are lucky. I mean, I'm quite lucky we could walk in and pay for my son's funeral outright, through me and his dad. But not everybody's got that in the bank. Not everybody can afford that, But I think it's tough times for her, and I'm going to jump, but I think everybody needs to remember this petition is so important, guys. Keep on signing that petition. Don't hold that against her because mistakes happen. You'll know that, Paula. I mean, I walked into BMW and bought myself a brand new car. And they phoned me up 6 weeks later and said, your car's here, Jane. And I said, you've got the wrong woman. I actually went to the shop and I argued with them until my daughter said, Mum, I was with you, you bought a car. But there was no stopping you because your mind is gone when you lose a child. You physically don't know who you are anymore. You'll know that, Paula,
So the under 18s funeral thing, I don't know much of this, but I think it's a very basic one, ain't it? A very basic funeral. Yeah. So, listen, I know that they're saying it's free, but no one's going to want to send a child off to the basic funeral.
No, it's not free. A child's funeral and the under the age of 1 is free because I buried 2 grandsons. But anything over that, you're paying for the burial ground. You're paying for the coffin and all that. A baby is free, but not a 14-year-old. That's not free. You've got to pay that. My son's funeral was £6,500, which is a lot of money for people to just pull out the hat.
Yeah.
And he was 32, but a 14-year-old's funeral was not free. I guarantee you that now.
Dan, people are asking about the petition. I think you just go on Google, don't you, and put the child's name into Google.
Willow's Law in Google.
and then it'll give you the link to the petition. And then I think you have to confirm via your email.
Yeah, you have to confirm it via your email.
Right, guys, you all have a good day. I'm going to jump now.
All right,
Can I say something a minute?
Yeah,
I just want to say something.
You know, this Johnny in the chat, obviously, we all support the woman when it comes to the petition. No one's saying that we're not supporting her. We are. It's just the GoFundMe side of things.
Right. Can I say something?
So,
go on, just me, quickly.
Right, listen, quickly. Okay, quickly. So, Dan, you've been on the app for how long at the moment?
You what?
You've been on the app for how long?
About 4 months live streaming.
4 months. So when you're live streaming and you're doing your thing, and you say, can you send your heart me's? Can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? What's it for?
Is this got any relevance to the topic we're talking about?
It's got a fucking a lot of relevance to what it's about. What's it for?
So it's just your heart me levels. It's your community.
It's your heart levels. Yeah, but it's money, isn't it? It's money.
Yeah, money for TikTok.
Yeah, money for TikTok. Yeah. So you instantly come on live and you say, send your heart me, get yourself up there, get me on it, and not just you. You're quite new to the app. I've been around this app. I've sent nearly fucking £13,000 on this app. So don't tell me how the app works with gifting and stuff, because we already understand. But you're quite new.
You don't have to give if you haven't got it and you don't want to give.
Yeah, exactly. So the people who send the heart me, send the heart me. The people who can't, don't. Right? These people have came on the app, right? And they've looked and they've gone, we've lost a daughter. We've got so many bills to pay. We've got a funeral to pay. We've got this to pay, that to pay, that to pay. How are we going to make money? At the moment, I'm not in the UK at the moment. I don't live in the UK. I haven't lived in the UK for 10 years, right? But in the UK at the moment, the biggest fast money income is TikTok. So anybody who comes into shit or comes into a bit of an issue, the first thing they're going to do is go, let's go into TikTok. Let's throw the sob story. Let's do this, do that, do that. It's not them in a morally fucking active fucking situation. It's them just going, oh, do you know what? Right, I'm desperate. Let's just do what I can. TikTok's there. Send the money. Go on there. Beg for the money. Do whatever I can. Blah blah blah. All of you people do that every day.
Not a sob story, but.
No, of course, and these people haven't done that.
Have you ever been in that situation?
Sorry?
Have you been in that situation?
I've not. I'm the complete opposite. I'm the person who is just there and gifts the people.
So hold on a minute. So you've just come in. You've asked him about you get heart me's, you get this, you get that. It's totally the opposite. We're talking about heart me's, and when we give somebody, it's our community who we love, who we follow. No, right. Just me. Get to your point.
Right. So the app. My point is the app itself is gift orientated.
But you don't.
So when somebody has it,
but just me, you have it.
When somebody has it,
right, hold on. Let's not lose focus on it. It's not an argument. Everyone can have a discussion.
Just me, is your name Ian?
Yeah, it's Ian.
But just me, you have a choice whether to put them gifts on or not.
You stole from an old woman.
Of course. No, I didn't. No.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, hang on.
No,
there's no point having. Arguments.
I'm only reading what the chat's saying to set what they're saying.
Yourself. Listen, I've gifted £14,000 in this app.
That's your choice.
I don't think you're making a point. You've lost me.
I've run a business in the south of France, right?
Good for you. Off the old girl's money you robbed. Off the old girl's money you robbed.
And you're going to tell.
I don't get his point. What point he was trying to make?
I don't think it was.
Scammer, apparently.
Yeah,
I don't think he was making any. Tell Dave he'll have come in my box if he wants me. I can't.
I'm dropping because he annoyed me. He annoyed me.
I know.
Right, so is that who released voice notes of Top Girl of a week?
Yeah, it was. That's
I thought that sounded familiar. Oh, well.
What did he say?
I don't really get the relevance of all of that,
I
but
think what he was trying to say was that when you gift somebody on TikTok,
that being said, can you all get your heart me's in, lovers?
the person is getting money from that gift, is what he was saying.
Everyone.
Why is it not for a heart, me? I don't know. I just get it. If I've got the money,
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, my darling.
Toxic Dan.
Yeah.
Could I just say, I don't want to stay for too long.
Yeah.
Last night,
Thank you, Luke.
this poor mum said that she came on the app in September and was pushing for the signatures, and she was approached by two big creators.
In September.
They
Thank
came
you,
on,
everyone.
They came on the app in September to get signatures for the petition, but then they were approached by two big creators in the last week, and which then pushed the signatures even further. Also, she said that.
Morning.
Also, she said, yes, people gave her gifts on.
This is what I'm saying. She needs to come forward. She needs to show stuff like this, because has she just been used as content? Is she lying? It's down to her to prove. Like, if she's got that, then she needs to show it. It's as simple as that, because she'd take a lot of the strain off herself, because people would then go to them. That's what, when I say she, listen, what I'm saying is she doesn't need to do shit. In my opinion, what I would say is if she wants this to stop, she comes forward and says, don't fucking try and turn words around because you're pissing me off now. So she doesn't need to do anything. If she wants it to stop, my advice to her is come forward and show who has said it to her, because if this is the case, then she's been used as a pawn just for that. So
Yeah,
if she wants it to stop, she needs to come forward and does that.
I agree. I can only tell you what she said last night on Canadian Angie's Live.
Yeah.
She also said that yes, people have gifted her on TikTok.
Yeah.
And obviously TikTok take their percentage. I don't really understand how it works.
Right,
But
so
she
just let me
hasn't
try and
got- hang
explain
on, can
it
I
again.
just finish,
because-
Dan?
well, just give
Can
me
I
a
just-
second, Pink Staffy. Right, let me try and tell you again, because you're not fucking listening to what I'm saying, so I'm going to say it for you as plain as I can. If Courtney comes on here and shows who has pushed her to ask for the £10,000, who's asked to push her story out, then people will move on from her and they will leave her alone. Do you understand that? Go on, Pink Staffy.
So what she was saying about the gifts was, yes, people have gifted her. Yes, TikTok have taken whatever they take, but she currently doesn't have any form of ID that TikTok accept. So she's unable at this moment in time, because she's waiting for DVLA to send her a license because she lost it. She's unable to even withdraw that money at this moment in time. So that is still sat there in her TikTok account. So that I'm only saying what she said yesterday in Canadian Angie's Live. But that's what she was saying. She said that they came to the app in September and were building a small community and going live all the time and pushing for the signatures. And then whatever day it was this week, she was approached by two creators that happened to have a lot of followings that then pushed it out for more signatures. So I'm only repeating. I don't I'm going to drop now. That is what she was saying yesterday, very calmly, in Canadian Angie's Live. There's probably, it's probably been screen recorded and put on the FYP and things like that. But I just wanted to let you know that. I'm going to drop down.
When I said about her approaching Drama Talk, it was suggested that she could have approached Drama Talk for her to get her story out there and the petition out there. I personally didn't state that that's what she done. Mine was a suggestion. Like, she could have done that to promote this and get the petition out there.
Can I just say one thing? It's just there's a comment. Can somebody reply to that? Jess with the 2 crosses, but she's taking money from the GoFundMe. I don't know. But Jan, did you say she's refunded it all
She's
back?
refunded it, and I do know that people in here in my live last night, there was what's it called? They were saying, yeah, I've received it. So I do believe that she's done that.
I think no one disagrees that the petition is a fantastic idea, and yes, that should still be pushed. I think what has happened with this GoFundMe part is, I think after recent weeks, after what's happened on here, with people with doing fake pregnancies and lying about cancer to get money off this app, I think there's a lot of people now on this app that is very, very wary after, these 2 events happened.
Agree. That's what I was coming up to say as well.
Yeah, with the Kira cousins and everybody else.
That's it. The thing is, unfortunately, it's not a rarity, this.
But it's broken people's trust, hasn't it? By going to help people.
That's what I mean. So, with and I don't want to make this all about the transition thing, but because people are already on edge, if they find something that you've not said, instantly people will attack.
I actually came off the app.
Nana Coco, piss off.